As soon as Matthew sent it through, it was really obvious that he had a vision for it. And I think at that point you kind of, well, one of the key bits falls into place with making a film. Is that, you know, if you have a director who really knows what they want, you're already ahead of the game. It was just quite startling how different it was. None of us kind of really knew about it. It was something that he'd been working on with Mark and with Jane Goldman, and then he kind of just delivered a 15, I think it was 15 or 20 pages, and was just like, what do you think of this, guys? And it was like, oh, okay. It's amazing. What happens next? And then he kind of talked through the rest of the story, at which point you kind of go, okay, and then there's a 12-year-old girl who has knives. Right. It just, you know, it was kind of startling and really, really exciting. When the final script came in, myself and Matthew were kind of completely confident in it. It seemed obvious to us that it was a film that should be greenlit. We sent it into the studios, and they found it equally obvious that it was a film that shouldn't be greenlit. All the people around us were going, well, you know, what next? Stick it on a shelf, come back to it at another time, you know, forget it, no one wants to make it. And Matthew being Matthew kind of went, no. This is exactly what happened to me with Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels when he was a producer. Everyone's wrong, I'm right. We're going to go and finance this ourselves, and we're going to make the movie. The levels of violence in Mark Millar's comic are truly extraordinary, whereas the levels of violence in our film are mildly acceptable, sort of. So as we sat there and kind of went through our list of people that, you know, would be great for Big Daddy, it was kind of like, oh, well, Nick Cage would be great for Big Daddy, but we're a small independent film, so, you know, that probably is not going to happen. The one thing that working with Matthew has taught me is that if you want something, the best thing to do is just to go and ask for it to happen, and which is exactly what we did. We just kind of went to his agents and said, you know, we would really like Nick for this, and they sent it to Nick, and, you know, Nick's a fanboy, so amazingly he said yes.